That price is 24,578.75 in the Nasdaq. Maybe you trail your stop to a break even on this one, and just a little bit above those highs I see.
A little bit above just because I need that wick. Sometimes we like to retest this EMA, and we already wicked above it. So, but this still looks really awesome in
Yeah,
my
this looks like a
setup.
great trade.
Yeah.
Agreed. Agreed. We don't know for sure if it's going to play out or not, but our job is to take the risk and see the reward. Speaking of seeing the rewards, let's take a look at our top four live funded traders from this morning. Putting up some pretty big numbers in the real live markets. Got Nicholas up $16,493. Jason up $12,106. Maria
Um,
$11,458. And Tyler A up $10,481. These are real live traders taking money out of the real live markets. Shout out to all of you. Most important part, take some of that money home. Make sure you secure those profits if you're going to continue to trade. But those are some great trading days. Shout out to our live funded traders. And we get the sell pressure below 24,500 here in the NASDAQ. 59% short tilt now. So starting to build here. Average price 24,549. It's a nice average price up there.
so my EMAs are going to move here in about 24 seconds. And so as it moves, I'm going to move my my stop loss um, to respect that. So I was wanting us to close below 500s here on this candle, on this 5-minute candle, and we're seeming to struggle a little bit to do so. Not to say it won't do it, but okay, we're kind of here now. So I am going to go to break even and just secure my profits because there could be a possibility for
You know,
rotation.
Mandy in the
market
chat just said you're
generated
becoming a swing.
information.
Mandy's becoming
Absolutely.
a swing trader.
I know this is so long for me. But it's just having a hard time doing it.
Seeing a little bit of liquidity above here. There's 340 on the offer at 68.05 in the S&Ps. Little 100 lots kind of peppered in down below the market. 67.95 for 100, 92.5 for 100, 91 for 100, 90 for 100.
Oh,
Starting to pick
Nothing
up a little bit,
huge.
Hogue. About
Yes, it
30
is.
minutes ago, it was very, very thin. There were no 100 lots within 20 points in the S&P. Starting to see that pick up a lot. There's a question in the chat or a comment in the chat, I guess, from Shadow Monarch says, how do these live funded traders make so much? They got to be full porting. If you look at the NASDAQ and you shorted from 24,800 with a 3 lot, which would not be full porting, depending on your live funded balance, it's a $20,000 trade to these lows. So it is possible. Of course, it is a function of your account size. You don't want to trade big size if you don't have the drawdown, but markets present
I got tagged
opportunity. You seeing
out.
the bounce here, Mandy, out there? Yeah.
Yeah. But who's not to say I won't re-enter?
Get out.
It's just right now we're not getting the confirmation that I want that for a continued leg lower. I can always, I think I was saying it on Thursday. Oh, I can always go back to the well.
Yes. It was a good cut. It was a good cut.
Yeah, thank you. And we at least got some profit on that, about 50 something dollars off of that. So
Hey, you know what they say in Cicero?
What do they say?
50 bucks.
50
Is-
bucks is 50 bucks.
Yes, sir.
absolutely.
Back above that
Makes
6,800 here,
When
Jack.
I first started saying that, it was Arlington Heights. You know what they say in Arlington Heights? I don't know why Arlington Heights, but
Because the horse track, R.I.P.
maybe
Otherwise,
R.I.P. Yup.
I could not tell you. I could not make up a stereotype for someone from Arlington Heights. It's really like a phantom zone for me. What are people in Arlington Heights like? The Bears might be playing there soon. I may regret saying this, but let us know in the chat.
Someone in the chat is from Arlington Heights, guaranteed.
Absolutely.
If you're repping Arlington Heights in the chat, let us know.
Used to know some really good musicians that lived in Arlington Heights.
this is the most. This is the most
Yeah.
comment I've
All right,
ever
here
seen.
we go. Buyers are coming in. Here we
They
go.
are nice out there, Mandy. Jack, I read that one too.
It's poetry.
Nice out there, Mandy. Seeing the equities continue to push here. 68.21 last trade in the S&P. 24,599, 24,600 last trade here in the Nasdaq. Hogue, that weekly kickoff low did it. Couple of ticks in the S&P.
Yeah, once in a while.
Dolby, why'd you delete that message? It's a work of art. We should frame it.
Nick Zumo in the chat. You want to read it, Jack?
It goes without saying. It was something about he could see the market 10 seconds ahead of us. It's like, well, great. You're 10 seconds behind because we got to stream this to YouTube. We don't live in that YouTube box on your screen.
It's true.
We are real people. We are real people.
A retest of VWAP.
But if you are somehow from the future, I'll send you my email.
Yeah.
Let me know. 68 retest of VWAP here, Mandy. 24,
Yeah.
620. Really nice buying coming in here now. Anything
Happy with
turn in the
my-
Mag 7, Jack?
Stop.
I'm sure. I see memories pumping. What do we got here? Yeah, now we got 3 of them. Broadcom's flipped green. Apple's up over 2%.
You guys are definitely AI. Well, you'll never know. You'll never know. Is it still looking slippery? So the one thing I'm looking at in the NASDAQ here, right? We tagged that 200 moving average on the daily. That's not going to be an easy level to break. If you look back at a 200 moving average on the daily, it's MP calls it the Great Wall, especially on a daily time frame. The last time we tested the 200 moving average before last week was May 23rd of 2025, and we've rallied ever since then. So I'm not surprised to see it. It's just the multiple tests that we've had in a short time frame. I think the weaker that level gets. So if it, and that's why I was saying, I think the equities can continue to sell off, but it's going to take a daily candle close below that 200 moving average for me, which 24,491 is that price. So nice test of it, a daily candle close, and then I think we're talking about something different here.
I'd love
Back
a
up to
5-minute
VWAP
candle
here.
close above VWAP,
Yeah, go ahead, Mandy.
which I have
Okay.
at 639 for long. Sorry, I'm getting a little raspy here.
Looking for a potential long. Where is Dakota? He's in Utah somewhere.
Mm-hmm. We think.
I think.
I know he's crossed the state line
at
least once. At least once. I'm not sure beyond that.
I hope somebody profited off that weekly kickoff low in the S&Ps. I hope somebody.
What was the price, Hogue?
67.96.
Well,
96 quarters the low. I know I'm
yeah, I was
slipping.
gonna say, well, actually.
Yeah. Hopefully you didn't have your. That's why you don't set your orders at whole numbers, right? It'll leave you behind.
Yeah.
All right. A little short of where you think it's
Utah.
actually going to go.
Utah's finally getting some snow, I think tomorrow, 3 to 4 inches, which I think is the most we've had all season in the valley. So
Enjoy
we
it.
need it so bad.
I never want to see it again right now.
Yeah, same, Jack.
Yesterday it was, I think we were pushing 60 degrees yesterday, which is like insane for Utah. So
Yeah,
it's quite the swing of
it's
temperature.
beautiful.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, man.
Rejection off of VWAP there in the NASDAQ.
Absolutely. I can
Afternoon
re-dip
is
though.
set.
I can come back to the well. That would be a 5-minute candle close below 538 right now for me for another sell.
538.
I,
I saw
yeah.
something on Friday outside my office window that I have never seen in almost 30 years in this house. A bald eagle landed on the frozen pond right behind my house.
Wow.
It's a
I think that's
sign.
I think
Did you
that's
take
an
a picture?
omen.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean?
No, come on.
I don't know, but
I don't
it's
know.
got to mean something good.
It always says it means America.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've got something for you. Who
Look
knows what
at
I'm gonna
those
bring?
low rates.
Sheesh.
Seeing some
These
selling here.
5-minute
Mandy
candles.
looking
Look
for a
at this
potential
pullback.
short. Yeah, this is
Jeez.
who's taking advantage of this
Oh, come
volatility in the chat?
on.
Let us know. Make sure you tag us on social media as well. Crude oil still selling off. I'm pretty sure we're out of that crude trade, Hogue. 62.34 last trade there in crude.
I like
JD,
that.
if
It
you
means
could let
hope
us know
for
in the
president.
chat.
Pretty good
Hogue for
probability of
president.
that.
Hope for president. I love that.
Ah, yeah, sure. Oh, God. No.
It ages you like nothing else,
Oh, yeah.
apparently.
I don't need any more of that.
Man,
I'm old enough.
these markets.
This is fun.
I'm happy with my little scalp off of what I'm seeing
Yeah.
today.
You were gonna.
It's still so wild to me. There's a 100-point move, and I feel like I can't snag any of it.
Mandy, do you find that like
Say,
Mondays
Jack?
or days after holidays are just kind of harder to read? Maybe it's you, maybe it's the market,
Absolutely.
but to me, Mondays and days after holidays, I'm like, what am I doing? What am I seeing here? Where am I? Who am I?
Exactly.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Do I know anything? Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Luckily for me, I'm in the dental office. For those of you that don't know, I'm a dental hygienist. I practice 1.5 days a week. I love teeth. I love spit. I love people. So I will always do dental hygiene. Monday's my day I'm in the office. So I'm actually pretty fortunate. I don't sit and look at the charts too much on Monday because I'm usually getting my kids off to school and then going to my job.
The
But
office.
yep.
Watch out for another leg lower here. I'm seeing the down the Russell
know.
making new lows. Down the Russell making new lows of the day. 26, 2070. New low in the
I know,
Russell.
Jay.
The Dow on
I
its
want
lows as well.
to-
Mandy, you said you
So
were looking
bad.
for a candle close below these 538s.
I know.
Let's see
We
here.
closed at, what was our candle close? 45s. That's the thing.
Well,
It's like,
if it doesn't confirm it, no
I
trade,
know.
right? And that's what we have to measure.
Exactly.
There are so many trades. My trading mentor used to say all the time, if you worry about all the trades that you missed throughout the day, you drive yourself crazy, right?
Absolutely. And
Can't
that's the
catch 'em all.
thing is like, it could be cheap, like to get short right here. And like, for me, it would be considered a higher risk though, because it's breaking not following my rules, but the reward could be so high. But I
Right.
just gotta like, thank you for the like reminder, re-emphasis of the fact that following our rules, our processes, what works, there's a reason. Like right now, I'd be negative if I had entered. So we're
Right.
back into this channel between my moving average and my EMA. This is why I need to follow my rules because I would get chopped up here and be negative right now. And then stressing that I
100%.
entered in at a bad time.
Crude new lows of the day there, 62.21. Last trade, 62.18, new low of the day in crude oil. Initial balances, Hogue, coming up in about 3 minutes. Do you think we can call it? Do we have initial balance highs and lows set? Should we wait a little bit?
And it's gonna take something to really take them out right now.
Yeah.
And if it does happen, we can always adjust. But for now, in the S&P is the initial balance low, 67.96 quarter. Initial balance high, 68.62 and a quarter. NASDAQ, 24.462 and a quarter is the low of the initial balance. Initial balance high, 24.815.75.
Or 815.75. Thank you for that, Hogue.
You bet.
Initial balance, the first hour of trade in whatever market that you're looking at. So the equities open up at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, 8:30 Central. So we're looking at the range of the first hour, high to low. And we'll see what we do with that information once it settles. Maybe looking for extensions outside of the initial balance. Are we looking for failure to trade outside of that initial balance? That size IB, Hogue, do you ever look at that? Right, how wide the IB is, and then how much energy it would take? That's about a 60 point initial balance in the S&P.
Yes, 100%. Because the bigger the initial balance, the more likely the initial balance extremes will hold as the high and low for the entire session. So when's the last time we saw that? We saw that on the February 11th. And I think that was unemployment day. February 11th, 12th, 13th. No, it was not unemployment day, but there was something came out and jerked the market higher. And then once the market opened, the sellers came in and put in the low. So on the 11th, in the S&P and in the NASDAQ, the initial balance, the high and the low, ended up being the entire range for the session. It doesn't happen a lot. In market profile, we call that a normal day, but it's anything but. They're actually pretty rare.
Right.
Most of the time, the initial balance will get extended to some degree or another. However, a large initial balance, the wider it is, the more energy it will take to extend outside of it. Just one little nuance to keep in mind is today a large opening range in the S&Ps. Yes, somewhat compared to the last time it happened. It's a little bit smaller, but still, somewhat meaningful. The NASDAQ as well. Here's the NASDAQ. So there's our initial balance. The last time it happened was here. And, just here, we can get a
That's
closer look at this.
NFP,
We
by the
can
way,
say
Hogue. That spike is off
NFP.
the
Okay.
Wednesday NFP.
Oh, that's right. That's
I,
right.
Got,
Thank you. I knew
we
it
got
was
some
off.
I went to
headlines
the
It
coming
was
out
bottom.
off of
here.
something.
Mandy got in
So
short.
that's 38.
Yeah, I did.
308.
What price you short, Mandy?
13 and a quarter, 513 quarter. We're in profit right
24,
now.
513
I
and a
just want to
quarter.
flush below these 500s. I would love that.
We just got a headline here that might help you out a little bit, and I know we have to get you out of here in just a minute, Mandy. But short right now, SoftBank dissolves share stake in Nvidia. SEC filing that just came out about a minute ago. Let's see if that has any effect in the Nvidia price. 24, which would then have an effect in the NASDAQ as well. Mandy, we're gonna let you go here. Keep us up to date on this trade in the chat.
Sounds
Great
great.
trading with you as always, Mandy. Nice job so far. We'll see you back on Top Step TV sometime soon.
Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow for sure for Power Hour. Pleasure being with you guys.
Right here.
Good to see you, Jay, Jack, and Hogue. And yeah, we'll catch you guys later.
All
See you
right,
later,
Mandy.
Mandy.
Nice trade.
Thank you, Mandy.
Here we are.
So
breaking
Peter
the
Pan just put
lows.
a stat in here. 5% of the time in the S&Ps last year, there was a normal trading day. Just 5%.
5% of the time we had normal trading days. So that means we should be potentially looking for an extension here.
It's kind of a big initial balance. So it's going to take more energy to extend. Right. And if you do see, substantial extension, that's good energy. We all like good energy,
Right.
right?
Of
Jack's
course.
got good energy. Jay's got good energy.
Yeah.
Mandy definitely has good
That
energy.
energy up.
Look at Andrea in back there. Andrea has excellent energy.
No response from Nvidia so far, trading at $108.15. And headline just came out: SoftBank dissolves share stake in Nvidia. An SEC filing, new lows of the day there in the S&P 6795. Jack, good no take on that long up there. We rejected off of VWAP in the S&P and the Nasdaq.
Oh,
Continuing to trade lower here.
I
Yeah, go ahead.
had my finger over the trigger to do the old
God damn
caveman
it, you
trade there at the
fucking
bottom,
asshole.
so
Fuck you.
decided not to.
Room.
Wouldn't be that
There
far
may
in my
be room
favor at the
here.
moment.
Trading below Hoag's weekly kickoff low now. Would you use that as a risk limiter, Hoag, if we were going to, it's kind of right at the low of that initial balance, if there's going to be extension?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
New
What we want
lows.
to see is no real meaningful move back above the initial balance low or the weekly kickoff low. For range extension, for extension. Now, it is entirely possible that we look below and we don't have the energy to extend much below the initial balance, and we leave a failed downside auction, which in that case, offers us a pretty decent opportunity. The nice thing about it is it's risk management, good risk management area here. Either direction you choose, you can limit risk.
New low of the day there in the S&P 6791 quarters. Take a look at that tilt now. 70% short tilt now in the S&P. Remember, we did see a 75% long tilt up at the highs in the S&P and the Nasdaq. Take that for
Lows
what
NASDAQ
you will.
as well.
Take that for data. New lows in the Nasdaq 449 quarter. Nasdaq 66% short tilt. Crude making new lows as well, 6206. Nice pop. Here, this is a
That was a punch in the gut for the
pretty.
shorts right there, wasn't it?
Yes, it
Yeah.
was. Yes, it was.
Stocks ain't
Been some
done.
decent trades to the downside, but Mandy was saying it as well. It's just not going right. If you don't have great trade location, these are tough trades, right? If you're that trade you were just talking about, Jack, selling below that low, it was good for about 8 points, but is it going to sustain before a bounce? I do like the sell pressure, but these spikes are kind of aggressive here.
I just got to be more
Try to see if
confident in
we
the
can-
short.
Yeah,
If we can hold above the IB low. If we can hold above the IB low, you don't want to be short.
yeah. 96 quarters that price.
That's a big if.
Big if. Micro Bitcoin hanging out below 67,000, 66,835 last trade there. Looks like that is
Little
ready for
battle
another
going
leg
on here.
lower. Yes, we do. Honestly, the Russell looks like it's lead. It's the first one to continue to make lows of the day. Then everything else seems to follow after.
Lot of high beta small cap exposure there. Looking around right now. Yeah, we got like a 10%, 5 to 10% down day in quantum. Oracle's down 4%. Silver's down 5. SLV at least is down 5.25%. We are up to 22.7 in the VIX.
22.7. I think when we started, we were at what, 21.6?
Yeah. Above 20 is volatile. Kind of the old put it in the book theory is that if you get a real sell off, don't stop until the VIX goes above 30. I don't think we're there yet.
Not yet. When's the last time we were above 30, Jack? Seems like it's been a while.
Oh, we definitely did in November. Let me take a look real quick.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. We had that week in November with some aggressive selling there.
Actually, no, we didn't in November. We got very close, like 28, 29. In October, we did get to, well, see, it's just stalling out right below 30. We came very close in November
October
and October.
October 10th. That makes sense, right? With that was the tariff
Yeah.
day. Tariff day was October 10th. We were trading. We've been
That
trading
was
inside that candle pretty much. Yeah, go ahead, Jack.
that may go down as the day that ruined crypto. Like there may eventually be
Mm.
documentaries on it. That was just like a terrible day on multiple fronts there.
Wow. You know what? I've never looked at the Bitcoin chart from that day, and you're 100% right. We have not traded higher than that. Down
Yeah, I
about
mean, all
50% from that point.
and you can see any number of videos on YouTube of people in real time getting, force liquidated on that. Because
Yeah.
there was some sort of announcement for it, and then it went to the after hours. There were everything is cross margined.
67, 66,935 last trade in micro Bitcoin. Trader in chief in the chat, MP. Let's go. What is going on? So you maybe getting a little visit here. 24,460 last trade in the Nasdaq. See if we continue to make new lows here.
Having trouble holding this IB low, especially in the S&Ps.
Yes, it is, Hogue.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing right now? S&P not even down 1%, 0.8% on the day, 0.85. The Nasdaq down 1.38%.
Some
The Russell
liquidity coming
continuing
in
to make new
below.
lows.
Both sides,
What are we
really.
seeing, Hogue?
We're seeing just 100 lots, both sides of the market, below and above. So it doesn't. I can't really look at the dome and say liquidity is lower or higher. It's both.
Caveman this check? It's a tough trade.
No, sir. No, I can't do it. It's not as violent as it was last week, that's for sure.
Definitely
No.
not.
And with the big initial balance, we need energy to push this thing lower. If it doesn't come in, we're back above the IB low again. We are running into buyers down here. They're trying.
Yep.
They're trying. As far as Delta's concerned, this is I find interesting. It's positive 3,100. So we've been seeing increasingly positive delta as price continues to move lower. That's longer time frame sellers, folks. Not convinced that the low's in.
See, we've been trending down here each time it comes back to the low, but this has not been a market conducive to that caveman trade for sure.
No.
Maybe we would have taken money if we were aggressive on the first one, but it keeps on spiking up 10, 20 points in the ES and then continuing back down.
Yeah. I think that higher time frame is kind of what would be holding me back as well, right? Where we've been seeing so much overlap on the daily candles. This looks like it has the potential to go, but I don't think we're at that market state yet where we just
Well, let me show
really
the
get to a flush again.
SPX so
Yeah,
we
go ahead,
can
Jack.
take out like the premium. This is the 4-hour chart of that. You can see here that like we've had a number of big bottoms right in this area.
Yeah.
We're actually through. So in the spot market, we're actually through those right now.
This is where
You go to
maybe it
the
starts to get a little slippery.
one day, it looks even more like 7,000's been super strong resistance. We're through the 50-day by quite a bit, but we'd have to get down to like, the 6,500 handle to be approaching the 200-day.
Do you have a
That's a
20 on
ways
there
off.
as well, Jack? You have a 20 moving average on there?
I do not. But
Okay.
I would guess we're below that.
And yeah, we're below it. In the Nasdaq, the 20 is below the 50. In the S&P, they're like trading at the same price right now, 69.31.
Neck and neck.
Yep. And we're seeing some sell pressure into that 200 moving average on the daily in the Nasdaq, what we've been talking about. I'm really curious to see, we'll talk about it during At the Buzzer today. However, we closed the market. I got a 200 simple moving average in the Nasdaq, pretty much right here, right now, 24,490. I saw some people say their price was lower. You may be using an EMA. I'm looking at a simple moving average, but we are in an interesting spot here in the market for sure. Let's bring in that. Let's bring in the tip of the week. Tip of the week. First time we're sharing this week on a Tuesday that feels like a Monday. Tip of the week: be prepared to reinvent yourself. The markets are all about change. Markets change people, and people change markets. Your market niche will likely change over time. Trading is as much of an art as it is a science. That is your tip of the
So
week.
true.
Be prepared to reinvent yourself. Oh, how many times have you had to reinvent yourself in your trading career?
More than Madonna.
It's a great answer.
Mm.
Sounds like a lot.
That's good.
A lot.
No notes.
More
A
than
lot.
Madonna. Be ready to adapt. The markets do. The markets change all the time. I think the one thing I try to remind myself of is to not speak in absolutes, right? Because as soon as I think I know what's happening in the market, it's going to change, right? Like that second, it'll change. So don't be afraid to reinvent yourself as a trader.
And normal doesn't work.
No. Why do you
That is
why do
a
you say that?
direct quote.
Normal doesn't work.
That is a direct quote from Tom Hugard. Tom Hugard says normal doesn't work because most normal people are very, they're risk averse. They don't want to take the loss, so they create bigger losses by not taking the loss. And normal people aren't going to walk over a $5 bill on the sidewalk looking for a 50 further down the sidewalk. But that's the mindset you need as a trader. So you got to take what's normal, put that aside, and then start doing what professional traders do. They cut losses and let winners run. And I've talked to so many traders about this because we all I don't know if anybody's ever been, hardwired from the beginning to be successful at trading, because you put your first trade on, and if it's a loss, pretty much everybody defaults to, well, I'll just wait, I'll hold on, and maybe the market will make me whole again, or it'll turn around and make me money. One of the two, right? One of the two is going to happen. But usually, what happens is we end up creating larger and larger losses because we refuse to admit when we're wrong. We refuse to establish the loss. If I establish the loss, it's a loss. I have to stick with it. If it turns around and comes my way, I can, maybe do better on this, right? But that's not the right way to think.
Yeah.
So there's a rewiring of the brain. So normal isn't going to work. You got to kind of rewire your brain to think as a trader, to think as a risk manager, and to cut those losses, understand when your trade is no longer valid, and get out of it and look for the next trade. So, when I read that book, I was like, that's a really good way to put it. Is if you're going to be doing what everybody else is doing, while 90% of people are never going to make money trading, then what can you expect? You have to do something different. Normal isn't going to work. Make sense?
Makes sense to me, Hogue. Are we seeing the next trade set up potentially here? Potential failed downside auction in both the S&P and the Nasdaq, excepting back inside that IB. 67.96 quarter in the S&Ps, the IB low 24.462 and a quarter. IB low in the Nasdaq. We're trading about 60 points above that in the Nasdaq. Here we go.
A cheap trade there for a
Yes,
second.
we are.
Before I could spit out cheap trade.
So what we're seeing at the IB low in the S&P and in the Nasdaq, we have a big initial balance. It's going to take a lot of energy to extend down below it. From what I was seeing there, we had a lot of energy expended trying to hold price below that level, and when it couldn't, all of those short time frame sellers that were saying this thing was going to get buried just got taken out. They just got ripped. Does
You
it
see that buying
mean
coming
that
in
it's
there too,
going
that
to
positive
trade to the
delta at
other
those
extreme of the
lows.
initial balance? That would be the ultimate target for this if you're long.
really nice pop here in the equities. 24,580 last trade in the Nasdaq. That tilt got long again. That tilt got heavy at the lows. 70% short tilt in the S&P at those lows. 57% short right now. Again, that is not a trading signal. Take it for data. But we saw a heavy tilt to the long side at the highs, heavy tilt to the short side at the lows, and we got a doorbell. Who do we got? Let's bring him in. I'll get the door.
Hey, yo.
Michael,
What's up?
welcome. What's going
Michael.
on? How you been?
Yes. Yes, Jack, Coach Jay, Johnny Hoagland, the voice, the one and only voice, Johnny Hoagland. Hearing you all over, John.
That's right.
What's up,
I
Coach
looked
Jay?
at Facebook today and I heard me.
Yeah, I hear you so much that I don't know. Now I know what it's like living with you. Coach Jay, what's up? Long time.
What's going on, MP? It's been a while, man. Good to see you. Seen you on Twitter. Seen you kind of bouncing around, running the show here. But yeah, man, good to see you. Good to be back on air with you. How are you doing?
Oh yeah, I'm doing well. I see another guy in the green room that got beat up, and I want to know that he's okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
He's got a couple black eyes.
I think he hit his stop loss.
If hitting your stop loss beats you up like that, man, I'd be
Right.
black and blue.
Yeah,
in my early
just
days.
get one of those like Acme
stop loss
gloves,
hit
like
him.
right on your screens that just punch
Right.
you in the face.
If you do anything
Patent
wrong.
that.
How are the
Sure,
markets
Good
trading?
idea.
I'm looking at them right now. What were you guys just talking about,
Volatility
John?
is here right now. We're above 20 in the VIX MP. We spiked big to the upside off the open. I'm looking at the ES at least. Big sell-off, took off the lows, and we're trying to bounce back through the bottom of the initial balance, as Hogue was just explaining. So lots of opportunities, lots of back and forth.
Yeah. The initial balance low in the S&Ps is equal to the weekly kickoff low in the S&Ps. Pretty good bounce off of that originally. Now we're back down here retesting that level. It's a pretty big initial balance, Michael. So it's going to take a lot of energy to extend this range by much, either energy or news. No real news to think about here. We do have some talking Feds coming out in a little while. But as far as levels are concerned, Michael, 67.96 is weekly kickoff low, 67.96 quarter is the initial balance low. Session low so far is 67.91 in the S&Ps, and we do have a potential for a failed downside auction. As long as we hold above that initial balance low, maybe we should be looking for longs. That is if we hold it. The Nasdaq, same situation. It minus the weekly kickoff low. We haven't hit that yet, but a very big initial balance. One little look down below, failed downside auction. The target could be as far as the initial balance high. So we're going to see how this plays out. We've touched some pretty decent levels here today, mostly short time frame control. Michael, what's up?
We've been in this range for 2 months. December.
Yes.
A little bit longer than that.
2.5
December,
now.
November.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm talking, guys, when I'm talking at the range, S&P 67.80, 67.80s. I'm on a daily chart, so I'm just, and all the way up to
Eyeballing,
70,
sure.
70, 45-ish. That range, huh?
That's 67 to 80 level. I'm actually looking at like 67, 68. Like that level you're pointing to, MP lines up really well with the 67.50 level in the SPX. So that's the level I'm looking at to the downside if we start going that way. Doesn't look like it right now, Hogue.
Sure.
Be another cheap shot at that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, another doorbell.
Who's throwing
Got a party going on now. Who's here?
Yeah, we got a party now. We got a party.
Dakota, what is going on, man? How we doing today?
See, yeah, MP, I fought the trend. Trend's got hands.
I mean, hold on. Is this our door guy of our party that got beat up outside? And he says enough of that.
You're not on the list.
You're not on the list, man. I just can't hold him off, Mike. Come on in. Nice.
Here we are.
Yeah. Dakota, what have you been trading lately?
Gold during slow markets and the Nasdaq here during the day.
Gold during slow markets. And so we're risk team getting some updates because they're watching these high risk, high volatility products. So we're looking at opening some gold up. I think it's 246 right now. it may be 5, 10, 15, or maybe a 1 lot, 2 lot, 3 lot, or something on the minis. I don't know what they're doing yet, but it's their call. Risk, everything runs through risk on when it comes to managing. It's just kind of like when margins go up at a brokerage firm. That's how we're going to be managing our high risk, high volatility products. So that being said, how many people here trade gold
Oh yeah, right
or
here.
precious
We got-
metals?
Yeah,
Did
I
say
traded.
precious metals.
Yeah.
You did too, huh?
There's a lot of
Okay.
traders, a lot of gold traders here for sure. Big community.
Yeah. So
Especially
we're going to be
overnight. Not so
opening.
much during the New York session, but overnight it's a decent trade. Something about those that Shanghai Metal Exchange when it opens up, that's when most of the volume's coming in. So it's been a decent trade, but you know,
That's during.
we saw what happened the last 2 weeks. It got too crazy.
That's during slow markets, right?
Yep,
Correct.
100%.
Yep. Those that don't know, the time that starts is weekdays at the 5 or 6.
What time zone, man? What time zone?
Central?
7:30 p.m.
Oh,
Central. 7:30
Central.
p.m.
We gotta go.
Central.
You got to always go central. That's where the futures
Yeah. Okay.
central hub of
I was
futures
trying to give you the
trading.
shadow of a
That's where
doubt.
we
All
base
right.
everything.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm Mountain Time, so I always have to do my math.
Yeah.
The old -1.
The old minus one. Yes, it just gets tricky, Jack.
Oh, I'm with you, man.
Yeah. So we do have a lot of gold traders in here.
Yeah, we do.
I like to use these drop-in sessions too to get to know what our traders are thinking. I want to put a poll out there too. There's a lot that's like in the last 60 days, whether it was like we had platform outages, again, 49ers, not the 49ers, but the 49s, 99.99% uptime since the beginning of the year. Kudos to that platform team. Hell of a job. There's the outages that happen. There's also some other things that we've done, whether it's yes, right here. I had this before here. I go, I want to get to know what you guys have in your head as the most concerning thing with Top Step in the last 60 days. Was it an outage? What is it? Changes the LFA? Was it a price increase? Was it decrease to metals? Or if it was something else, just put it in there. Was it how we communicated? These sessions, when I drop in here, I want to use these as an opportunity both to catch up and riff on the markets, of course, like we're just doing, but also so I could take information back to the team and we can prioritize and stay very connected to y'all and ensure that we're hearing, not just talking. So if you have, I will vote because that's how I see.
What did you vote for, MP?
I purposely did not vote. I didn't know we could.
Well, I don't know how you see the
I
which
voted.
way it's trending.
Ooh.
If it was me, no, I'm not going to sway anybody. No, I can't do that.
Yeah, we'll say it after. We'll say it after we close the poll. Poll open right now.
If it were
300
me-
votes. Make sure you get your votes in there.
Yeah.
What was your biggest concern about Top Step over the last 60 days? Platform outages, changes to the LFA, price increases or decreases in metal buying power. Early leader going to price increase, 43% of the vote. We'll leave that one open for a little
early.
while.
We don't want to, Coach Jay. We don't want to tip the hat on what the who's voting for what politician here.
Oh,
Yeah, well, like when
and you can only vote
CNN
once.
calls the election early. Yeah, we won't do that. All right.
Yeah, we don't want to call the election early now.
What do we seeing in the market?
Bounce off of
Any of you
VWAP
guys?
here, guys.
Yeah, we did, Hogue. It's been a rejection the entire time.
Could be a little head and shoulders there. We bounced off the 6,800 level in the SPX. We're trading right around there right now.
Man, VIX is popped today above 22. Lots of volatility coming into these markets. It's a shortened holiday week, so. Tesla taking it. Tesla and the metals.
Always messes me up.
The volatility in the metals has not slowed down. Like silver's down 6.5% today. Gold down 3%. You'd think it'd slow down a little bit, but no, it's kept consistent with this
Just because it looks
volatility.
smaller on the chart doesn't mean it's not volatile.
Exactly. Yeah. The only thing I'm seeing is I am in like one contract long gold from 48.86. I put that on before coming on air. I'm looking for a bounce, some type of retracement up to 4,900 evens.
So you're just long one micro gold from where?
From 48.86.3.
48.86.3.
Yeah.
Okie doke.
Which trade you
Checking the
got there so
wire.
far?
The General
Oh,
Motors
we-
CFO says the tariff environment is getting more stable. You heard it here first.
Tariff environment getting
There
more
you go.
stable. Yeah, what geopolitical concerns are out there right now?
Iran.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Russia.
Yeah,
Russia
filling me
was a
up.
big one.
I'm so it's been
China.
working, coming home, sleeping, working, going. I'm not on the besides the Twitter, but I'm not getting caught up on my healthy fed of being fed the algo of whatever.
Yeah. It's actually
is
pretty
on my
Iran.
steady.
Substack.
Iran came out with some good comments about the meeting that they were having. The Iranian foreign minister said a new window of opportunity has opened. We are hopeful negotiations will lead to a sustainable and negotiated solution. There was a few more a little bit further back here, but there was some good news about that this morning. And it did kind of give the equities a little bit of a boost. Here it is. Iran's foreign minister, we've reached an understanding on main principles with the U.S. The two parties will work on potential agreement documents and exchange them. Also, the two parties still have topics on which they still need to work, but overall, serious, constructive talks with the U.S. So that's good news. Keep praying for peace, people.
Nice.
And then the known volatility, we were talking about tariffs. Finally, the Supreme Court is giving it to us on Friday, I believe, right? February 20th, they're supposed to release the tariff ruling. Finally, after kind of pulling the rug on us 3 or 4 times before.
Yeah,
the
they've kicked
day.
the can down the road a while, right?
Yeah. And of course, I'm sure you know that there is a partial government shutdown again. We're not going to be getting any important releases from the government. Those releases would include this week retail sales today, business inventories today, delayed. Durable goods, housing starts and permits tomorrow, delayed. Leading indicators, or as we used to say, misleading indicators, on Thursday, delayed. And the GDP and PCE numbers on Friday, also on the schedule as delayed. So, again, the partial government shutdown delaying some information that would be deemed important by traders. So we're gonna have to wait on those.
Speaking
We
of
got you pretty much
waiting,
caught up.
no, that does get me caught up. Okay, what's the biggest concern about top four last 60 days? 26% of you. I'm just gonna go. Well, hold on. Where'd it go?
Damn it.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
It's there in the
Okay,
chat. Yeah.
All right. Price increase by a landslide. Okay.
Damn it.
Platform
Yeah.
outage, changes to LFA, decrease in metals. All right. This is good. And then there's E, all the above, the elevated life said. Okay. And a combination of all these, I can definitely see would be the most concerning for folks. So, a concern. Thank you for sharing your concerns. The platform outage. 26% of you have said that one. I'm proud to say I'm going to speak on the positive side of things, but also try to find what issues we've had and share those issues if you have them with the around the platform. We have had 99.9%, 99.9. Just I'll leave it at that one. That's like gold standard, I believe. It's like 8 minutes a month or something like that. I don't know. Somebody in here knows way better than I do on what that is. But we've been keeping our uptime absolutely killer with the platform. I mean, it's night and day than what it was in Q4 last year. I think you guys all in the morning, Chris, the orders aren't lagging. They go in, they snap in. They did all this. I'm filling you guys in on this one particular one to kind of like say, I think we have that one covered. The other ones I'm going to talk to you guys about to see how we can find a balance here and whatnot. But this first one, platform outage, uptime snappy. They had to. You couldn't just have horizontally I don't know. They put like how you manage your orders to your working orders sit here to your balance sits here to your updated P&L sits here. And then before, I think it was all on the same thing. And again, I'm not the tech guy here, but I wrap myself around the people that understand this, and they horizontally scaled, and then they could go vertical on those different pillars. So that all really got put together swiftly, and it's running and humming and doing really great. They're talking about the milliseconds. I wish I had all the stats, but I don't have all the stats. But next time I come on, I can talk about that a bit more. Point of the story is, I believe it's running really well. I'm on it. You guys are on it. Can you guys share if there's anything here that you're like, hey, well, this is still happening? I'm not seeing too much issues on the platform side of things, and that's 2 months since to the date that we had the kind of the big outage. So thank you for sharing that one. That does help.
Yeah, it's been running.
I can confirm,
very
Michael.
smoothly
I haven't
lately.
seen any problems. Yes.
Yeah.
Been
I remember,
running great.
Jack, you did you were a memer during that time, getting memed on your frustration with the platform 2 months ago. Great thing about it now is I could see, because I was in the war room every day for like the first half of January, if not more. And we could see how much quicker the orders were going in. Like, just another thing really quickly. Second half of last year, we had 20 times from like July 2025 to December 2025, 20 times the amount of orders that would go in, 20 times. That's huge. I don't know how many, users or traders that was, but we were seeing just the amount of orders going in, and all those orders are either working, executed orders, plus the data feed that's coming in, and ensuring all that doesn't lag, that it's snappy. And at the end of last year, it was not up to snuff. So we did the horizontal scale, and that really put us in a great position. And now we can really scale and build on top of that without you guys feeling the slowness or the non-snappiness. You want to have a snappy, quick executing platform, right, guys and girls and everybody?
Oh, yeah.
Always.
It's
Always.
Yeah.
Yes.
without that, you start feeling less confident in your tools, and then you start beating yourself up emotionally because like now you can't swing the bat when the ball's coming, and it's not a crisp, entry and exit. So I get that. Okay. The big one,
Speaking of
price
confidence
increase.
in the tools, really quick here, MP, we got the markets pushing upside, and
Yeah.
traders are taking
there we
advantage. We
go.
got a
Price increase
56% long tilt. But yeah, go ahead, MP.
No, I don't want to distract from the markets. Which one are you talking about? S&P?
Yeah,
you're
S&P,
NASDAQ.
NASDAQ, 6837 last trade in the S&P, 24,685 last trade here in the NASDAQ.
Buyers just stepped in.
Johnny,
They
were you
like
just talking about it bouncing off the 90s, 67, 90 area, if that was a value area? Or what'd you call it?
Yeah, that was the weekly kickoff low in the S&Ps.
Weekly kickoff
That
low.
put in the
Okay.
initial balance low. And then we looked below it, rejected. We've got a failed downside auction, and the market is now auctioning back to the upside.
Yeah. 240
That's
point
huge.
rally here in the NASDAQ.
Right?
Yep.
Gold's starting to pump as well. Gold's over those 4900s. So
Yeah.
in a really good position
You've
here
got
in this trade.
Yeah, you've got a nice trade there, Dakota. 4880 is the weekly kickoff low, and it really was having trouble accepting below there.
Hope's
so you're in a good
levels,
spot.
those weekly kickoff levels, they are a thing of beauty.
Sometimes.
All right. Well, what's the target you got there, Dakota, for that gold trader? You just letting it run for the rest of time?
The first area of resistance that I'm looking at is over here at this 49.18s to 49.20 level. I mean, we are down just under 3%, so there's plenty of room to the upside. I mean, look for base hits, right? Look for base hits. I don't have a take profit because we know how volatile this market could be. Yeah, look at this thing just push now. So let's see how this one goes. We'll see how this one goes. I've only been in this trade for 10 minutes and we're up, 250 ticks, which is just insane, this level of volatility.
Yeah, that's
now, Dakota,
volatility.
Do you find yourself like to the other side, trailing your stop more than you usually would because the way it can explode up and can explode down.
Correct.
Interested there? You just okay.
Yeah, yep. That's why I have this 100 tick chart is just finding levels of support to move my stop loss below. Risk management.
All right,
Risk
we're
management.
flying upward here. We got now Nvidia has turned green. Broadcom's up 1.45%. Apple up the same amount.
We got
Dakota,
Nvidia
did you say
news,
something?
right? Is that what happened? We got some Nvidia news talking about a bank dissolving its shares.
SoftBank.
So yeah,
SoftBank,
but
yeah.
they didn't have that much left. SoftBank famously, if you're looking for indicators there, sold a ton of Nvidia before it went completely parabolic. So
Okay.
Is SoftBank and Jim Cramer both of the birds of a feather? When
yeah, I mean,
when
little boy.
SoftBank gets out of something, I don't know. Some of the stuff is like, holy, they left a ton on the table, or they're wrong about their exits. Or in Jim Cramer's time, he's like, hey, buy Bitcoin now on the highs, and it's sold off. There's always a tease on Cramer, but SoftBank is pretty notorious for having public positions.
Oh yeah, famously in WeWork too. But
Yeah.
some work, some don't. MP, you got the charts fired up? You gonna trade anything today?
I'm looking at top step levels, the weekly level, or the what was it, John? The it's the purple one. The
Weekly
bouncing
kickoff
wedge
low.
Weekly kickoff low. The weekly kickoffs is the beginning of the week where we share the levels. Well, John puts them in here now, so you don't even need to go read anywhere. You just,
Yeah.
I think, John, you actually physically put them in the charts, don't you?
Yes. Everybody's platform. I take that little line and I throw that on there. Yep. Those are longer term levels. I do those on the weekend. It takes some time. It's those are levels that I think the longer time frame traders who we're trading against every day will look to adjust inventories in longer time frames. Sometimes they're great, like today, just almost put in the low in the S&Ps. Sometimes they become magnetic when it takes time for the longer time frame to adjust inventories. And sometimes when they break, those are things that you want to go with, but they're based a lot of it off of market profile information, some math, some measured moves, and some other kind of things that I look at, and I'm glad to put those out. And the last thing I would want to do is hurt anybody, so I view them as good opportunities to limit risk in and around those levels. Not suggesting purchase or sale of anything. This is not financial advice, but I put those levels out there because they've been very helpful to me over the years, and I hope that they're helpful to you.
Nice. I do know there's a
Well,
lot
I
of
like it. You
traders
got a
that
good
love
bounce
them.
right off of it. Okay, pull time. Back to it. Biggest one, price increase. Talk to me. Tell me, folks, what does that mean to you? We've never in the history, I think, of Top Step moved our prices. I think we moved them up $20 on the no activation combines. I just want to hear while I'm here so I can take stuff back. What that, since it's such a 43% of you said price increase was a concern in the last 60 days over platform outage, which we just chatted about. Hopefully that one's in the rearview mirror. Everybody's enjoying and having the confidence in their trading platform, Top Step X. So that's the big one. It's too expensive with the VAT. Got it. I have no active. I love no activation fee. Got it. Moving price up is greed. Well, moving prices up for us in the decisions that we make was also, we've never moved price up, and it was $20. So for us, there's cost and everything that's kind of grown as the company's grown. So that I'm taking this. We are going to be taking note of all this. Getting your guys' input here is very helpful. This is true. So,
and you talk with the the price increases, it's the nominal value of the NQ has gone up 300% since then. It's a different amount that you're trading now too.
I think when you look at that's a very, like, you're trading much bigger now. We have the best program Guys, still out there, even though there's 20% of you that says changes to LFA. LFA is about 2-3% of the community gets to that level. That's not by our choice or whatever. Well, I mean, like the market's 95% of active traders struggle with. So there's this getting that person to that 5% area is difficult to do. Now we have hundreds of people. I got the stats too. There's like 700, 800 people in the live experience. And then I got stats on the new LFA experience after that. But I'm reading this stuff and we're gathering this stuff about the price increase. So that's helpful. But in the meantime, while you guys are doing that, 7 traders received additional funds last week. So last week when the new LFA, now I'm going to the changes in the LFA, 102 traders have been scaled up